Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope everything is wonderful in your life. This is going to be a bit of a long video, and it may not ever be published anywhere. This is Bud Gregg, Broker Bud, Rockstar Bud, William Bryant Gregg the Fourth. This is a personal video. It's all about my health. And I'm just going to get my story out here. Like I said, this might take a while, but I've been a real estate practitioner for this is my 27th year, 26th, 27th year. It's 2021 right now, August. Before I got into real estate, I was a flight attendant for the greatest company on the planet, Southwest Airlines, and I was extremely fit. That was one of the things I did. I loved to run. I ran almost daily, usually a minimum of 5 miles, up to 20 miles, and then I did several marathons back then. And I took good care of myself. I was very, like I said, I was fit. I cycled quite a bit as well. Then 1995, 1992, 1998, I was running the Chicago Marathon, and around mile 20, my back gave out, and it hurt like hell. Actually, it was about mile 22. Like an idiot, I did finish the race. I ran the last 4 miles or so, and long story short, I ended up having a laminectomy at L5-S1. Okay. That's where they go in and trim off part of the disc there in between L5 and S1. And my attitude was, and I was so fit and so, my personality generally is get shit done. There's no question. If I have a task, I'm going after it. I'm going to get it done. That's who I am. And the marathon was one of those tasks, and just my personal fitness was that task. And I said to the surgeon, I said, let's get this over with. I want to get back out there. And I did. I had that done, and I got back out there, and I kept running. And then running kind of tapered off a little bit because the back pain did not go away. I did run a couple more marathons, but I did turn to cycling a little bit more. And then 2 years later, almost to the day, I herniated L4, L5, and I went in and had a microdiscectomy, where they went in and did the same procedure, trimmed off part of the disc, and I had the same attitude: get this over with, because I want to get out there, and get back on my bike or running or whatever I was doing. It was a good life, though. Everything was great. I mean, it was a great job. I could do that. I bid my trips where I like to run. It was really neat. So I got to run in different cities every day, and so I had that done, and then I continued, and then running sort of diminished because the back pain was real, and it did not go away as promised. Okay, and then so I turned to cycling much more. I did some great things. I bicycled across the country in 1995, starting in Seattle, ending up in Asbury Park, New Jersey, home of Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi, and an epic trip, one of the greatest things I've ever done. Memories still in my head on that trip, about that trip, always, just wonderful. And I really love cycling. 1998, I did the West Coast, from Victoria, Canada to Tijuana, Mexico, which was the novelty of a tri-nation bike ride, which was really silly because we took the ferry over from Sequim, the Seattle area, or Port Angeles actually, to Victoria. Spent the night, had a big gala, going away party. There was 60 riders approximately, and in the morning we set out. We rode to the ferry across, and then we started our journey to Tijuana, where we crossed the border there and finished and had tequila shots and another epic trip. So that's who I was. I mean, it grew my passion 1,000-fold for cycling, specifically touring cycling. All right, and then so after that trip, I continued cycling. Life was good, just working away, but the back pain kept coming back, and flash forward to 2002, April 15th, 2002, tax day. That's pretty easy to remember. I had a lower lumbar fusion surgery, L4, L5, S1, where they go in through the stomach, crazy. They cut you on the stomach, they pull everything out, they get in there, they pull your discs out completely, put in titanium prosthetics, okay, put your guts back together, sew you up, flip you over, then they cut you open and put in 6 screws, 2 rods, and they do a bone graft. They scrape your pelvis and put like putty, your bone material around the whole apparatus back there, so it all fuses and grows together. And then they sew you up and you're done. And that was 2002, like I said, and it was, I had the same attitude, by the way, like, oh, fine, get this done, I want to get back out there and do my thing. And that was the biggest, a big turning point for me, because it did not happen like that whatsoever. And that has been haunting me ever since. I have lower back pain every single day of my life. You know, as the doctor, the 1 to 10 scale, some days it's a 2 to 3, some days it's a 4 to 6, and some days I've done something to aggravate it and it's a 10 or 12, and it's just a bummer. It really debilitates my life quite a bit. Like I said, it's psychological as well, because pain, constant pain, it's just hard to deal with. It never goes away, right? So it's really hard. Okay, so that was kind of earlier in my life. I tapered off of exercise. I got into work quite a bit. I got married. I got pregnant. We have 2 boys. They're amazing. And now I'm 57 years old. It's August 7th, 2021. About a year, well, February of 2020, I just went in for a routine checkup because I for the past 5 to 10 years I've been battling with some migraines, you know, constant pain, and when I ignore my pain because I have to be productive and do my thing. So I get up and I go, and I have lower back pain. Then if I aggravate it, it stretches to my shoulder blades and then up into my neck, and then you know, eventually headaches and migraines. So I've been struggling with that for quite some time. But February of 2020, I went into my primary care doctor just to get a normal checkup, and he gave me a routine checkup. And he came back and he said, you have type 2 diabetes. And to me that was a punch in the gut. However, I was searching hard for a solution to my fatigue and my neck pain and my headaches. So I'm thinking, okay, well, it's all about diet and nutrition and dealing with type 2 diabetes and getting past that. Diabetes and heart disease are best friends. So when a doctor diagnoses you with type 2 diabetes, he's going to put you on metformin, maybe some other medications for high blood pressure, stuff like that, which I don't have high blood pressure. He prescribed a stress test for your heart. It's kind of routine because, you know, diabetes and heart disease are best friends. And I ignored that. I got back into my busy life. 2, 3, 4 months went by, and then finally I got to get that stress test done, right? This is pretty normal. Everyone's busy. So I had the stress test done, and I was fit, right? I mean, I'm cycling still. I'm actually turning more to an e-bike now. It's more fun. You can go farther and faster and not really be exhausted at the end of the day, so you can be productive at work or whatever. But I still have acoustic and electric bikes. And I think the day before I did the stress test, I had rode 50 miles on my bike or something, so I was fit. I mean, I'm back into that routine, right? And I did the stress test, and I got my heart rate up. I barely broke a sweat, and I'm thinking, this was a piece of cake. I aced this test. However, it's not about being physically fit. It's how they look at your heart and its function in your body, and how they read the EKG, right? Anyhow, so I did that, and I was literally walking out to my car after that, and the nurse practitioner kind of raced into the parking lot, a little frantic, and pulled me back into the office and said, you failed your stress test, we need to talk. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she took me in there, and she wanted to get me to go into the hospital to have an angiogram right away. And I'm like, lady, you are nuts. I mean, I was taken way back. I didn't really know what to ask and what to say, but I'm listening to her, and I'm like, thank you, no thank you, have a nice day, I'm out of here. Then I, of course, did what everybody does. I went home and I read the internet and I Googled all this stuff, and I'm learning, educating myself about angiograms and heart disease and calcium buildup and blockage and all this sort of stuff. And 3 or 4 weeks later, I went and I got a second opinion, and that doctor was a little more relaxed than the nurse practitioner, but he said you have 3 options. Number 1, do nothing and see what happens. Number 2, go have the angiogram, which I found out there that the angiogram was really more diagnostic than treatment, okay? Because I thought the angiogram was a treatment. It's really not. They go in, they shoot some dye into your heart to analyze your veins to see if there's blockage, and that's really what it was all about. So I consented to that finally about a month later, because I was also reading some books that said, all of this is treatable naturally, raisin juice and stuff like that. I mean, it sounds corny and it's all healthy, that's good, but I was certainly trying to find a solution naturally. So, November 1st, 2020, I went in to the hospital to have a routine angiogram, which they do thousands of them, right? And you are conscious when you're going through this procedure. They give you something so you don't feel anything, but you're still conscious. And I'm sitting in there in the operating room, and they go in through my vein and up, and they shoot this dye, and you're looking at the monitor and you see it, and I don't know what to look for, so I'm not a doctor, but all of a sudden they stopped the procedure quickly and pulled everything out of my arm and took me back into a recovery room, and where I did pass out for I don't know how long, and then I woke up and they just said, we found blockage in 4 places. One of them was 90%. You need double bypass open heart surgery. And when you get a diagnosis like that, your brain goes a million different ways, especially because it was so quick and crazy. 2 days later, November 3rd, I had double bypass open heart surgery. Now, the day before the angiogram, I had ridden my bike 80 miles, which to me was like, the day before the angiogram, I had ridden my bike a long distance, and I'm feeling very physically fit. I'm like, this isn't going to be a problem, right? And this happened. So the brain goes to, oh my gosh, that's crazy. How is this happening to me? What needs to be done? What is the procedure? What is the expected outcome? All of these things. Then it goes to, oh my gosh, I'm so blessed, I'm so fortunate because I rode my bike 80 miles yesterday. I could have had a heart attack 40 miles from my house, and so forth and so on. And the positives come out too, because I didn't have a heart attack. Thank God I did not have a heart attack. They caught it, right? So all in all, this is good. Okay, so that's a big long video, big long backstory. But since the heart surgery, I tried to get the clear expectations coming into this, as always, but I'm always disappointed on the other end, and that's where I'm at today. The chest pain is real. I mean, it's August. It's what is that? 9-10 months post surgery. The chest still hurts quite a bit. I always have back pain. Don't forget that. And I'm still struggling with diet and nutrition and diabetes and high blood sugar. And of course, making the wrong choices because society's against you and so forth and so on. And pepperoni pizza is a weakness, right? But, and that sounds silly, but that's really what it boils down to. Better choices. These are bad choices. So, I'm struggling. I've been struggling for the past 6-8 months with all of this, and I have other ideas for solutions. There were 3 retreats that I was looking into. One was used to be called Fitness Ridge. It's now called Mavara. It's in St. George, Utah, and it's a place to. These are all places to go to focus 100% on your health, breaking yourself down to the bare, to the bare beginning. I mean, brush your teeth twice a day, floss, get good rest. Take your supplements. All of the great things that you're supposed to be doing on a daily basis that are necessary for good health. And it takes you out of your stressful life, and it's a way to get a jump start, a boost to go back to society, really, and be more productive, way more productive, feel better and healthy. So, yesterday, August 6th, August 7th, okay, it's confusing. So, August 6th was Friday. I got a phone call Thursday. I was showing houses, just doing my thing. I got a phone call Thursday from True North Health Clinic Institute, True North Health something. And I had been on a waiting list because I made this decision to go to a retreat 3 or 4 months ago, but lo and behold, of course, all of them are booked solid through 6 months. So anyway, I put on a cancellation list on every one of them, and True North called me on Thursday. I was up in Payson showing properties to one of our best clients, and she said we had a cancellation. We have an opening starting Saturday, and it was Thursday. So the thoughts going through my head was, oh my God, I've got so much stuff to do. It's just crazy. I can't really do that. I've got this, and this, and the boys, and work, and da-da-da-da. But I just said, I'm coming. I took a deep breath, and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm going. Because I need to check out. I need to focus on these things, and I need to get healthy so I can be much more of a man than I am now, honestly. So, True North Health Clinic. Today is Sunday. I checked in yesterday. I drove all night long, which I haven't done in a long time, and I was exhausted, and I'm terrified yet excited. I'm seeing a doctor today at 2 o'clock here. He's going to go through all of my blood work and all of my history that I just kind of spilled here on this video, and get a game plan for the next 3 weeks. I'm here for 3 solid weeks, 21 days. I've met some friendly people. I've got a couple roommates. There's a shared bath. Financially, this is one of the more affordable, or probably the most affordable of every other option that I saw. There are stretching classes and yoga classes and lectures every day about nutrition and diabetes, disease, heart disease, stuff like that. I did bring my bicycle. I would like to get some exercise, do some walking or bicycling around. So today is day 1. My symptoms. No, I'm gonna do that on the next video. This is way too long. So guys, thanks for listening. If this is published anywhere, this is sort of a back history for me. Today is day 1 at True North Health, and I am very, very tired. I have a lot of pain. My chest hurts, my lower back hurts, my shoulder blades, my neck, my head. I'm very stiff and hungry and out of shape. Today is day 1. I'll end this here, but I'm going to try to do a series. I'm going to do a video every day of how I'm feeling, what my symptoms are, the progress that I've made, the weight that I've lost, and so forth and so on. So this is sort of a preamble or a preview, an introduction to my video series. I'm rambling. Love and peace. I'll see you in the next video.